Carl here from Games, Brrraaains Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for sure. And it's horror movie review time. With a strong lead actor, serene visuals, a haunting score, and a blend of psychological horror with supernatural scares. Lovely, dark, and deep. Should be a great film. Alas, writer and director Teresa Sutherland has crafted something that can be called dull, in my opinion, where too much is left up to the imagination. Which would be fine, except not enough is done to make the imagination race here. The excellent Georgina Campbell plays Lennon, a new park ranger for the Avoriaz National Park. She is assigned to a remote outpost, accepting a role with eagerness as she is a woman who enjoys a bit of solitude. Mainly though, it seems, so she can look into the stories surrounding missing hikers whose bodies inexplicably turn up months later within the same area they disappeared from. For all the serenity that exists within the park, there is a sinisterness that she seems to feel in her soul. And across the film's length, it'll be shown that she actually has a tragic past with this place already.
114 responding, over.
There's no database for people who go missing in the national park.
And there are a lot of similarities between these cases.
Now, it isn't the most compelling of stories, and as far as the character goes, it does prove to be quite predictable. It doesn't take long to work out who Lennon is or why she really wanted this job. This isn't a problem though, as her story is the only fully defined aspect of the film, where an overarching plot surrounding unexplained supernatural phenomena is left as vague as possible, even with a secondary character attempting to explain it to both Lennon and the viewer at the end. I mean, you've got to love a film that feels it must do this, right? Yet, still does a poor job of it. Made all the worse, I think, by coming from a character who, up to that point, was barely in it. And for some reason, it tries to lump in a load of unearned emotion into the scene. I found it baffling. Like, I felt like I'd missed a couple of scenes that warranted this scene. Although, credit to Georgina Campbell, I think does a fabulous job of trying to salvage what happens here. Vagueness isn't always a problem though, and I like movies that want me to think about it. And Lovely, Dark and Deep is a good example of a film that could utilize the viewer's imagination to really add layers of horror to it. Remember, there's nothing scarier in the world than what your imagination can conjure up. However, to do this, it needs to actually show and tell some compelling aspects. And it just simply doesn't. In fact, it starts to use tired supernatural tropes. And while it is understandable that it needs to do something, it doesn't make the experience any more compelling. Where Lovely, Dark and Deep does excel though, is with its visuals, sounds and atmosphere. The sense of isolation that Lennon feels will be felt by you, the viewer. The shots of the park both convey the beauty of such an expansive location while also conveying its threat. And the music has an oppressive vibe, but I also love how silence is used here. It's really used wonderfully well. All fantastic aspects of the Lovely, Dark and Deep experience. But, not enough to make it any less dull, I'm afraid. What do you reckon? You got any thoughts on this one? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.